Dude, is that the Grail?
That is the Grail. You just hit the Grail.
Dude, did I just nail the Grail?
You just hit the Grail.
Did I just nail the Grail?
I'm here with Mary Gamble in the beautiful Central Park. I got my favorite duck pond behind me, and this is one of my favorite New York City landmarks to come to. So why not do one of my favorite activities here? Let's go rip some slot backs, Mary, shall we?
Let's do it. New York City players. Let's do it. Jalen Brunson.
$250 Arena Club Ruby Slab Pack, courtesy of my friends at Arena Club.
You can buy and sell and trade in person. You also can do that when you're just literally sitting on your couch in your apartment. I can do it right now in Central Park with my showroom. So that's the cool thing about Arena Club is that it's anywhere and everywhere.
Gosh, in Central Park right now.
Quite literally. I say we start ripping into some slab packs right now.
Okay.
Let's do the first.
Gentlemen, take it easy. There's females ripping slab packs in Central Park. Hold yourselves. We're going back over Arena Club. I found out it gets much worse. It gets far worse.
Nail the Grail?
You just hit the Grail.
Did I just nail the Grail?
It's right in front of our eyes. It can't prove anything. It gets far. It's almost like they're doing a magic trick, but it's a magic trick by a third grader. Everyone can see what's going on here, unless you're just a dumbass.
Oh my God.
They're selling mystery packs. That's already a hustle. They have their own grading slabs that nobody wants, nobody asks for. They have a weird marketplace. They have a buyback program. But most of all, the thing that hits me, the thing that is bothering me to the core is their marketing. I have a journalism major in PR.
All right, guys, me and Mary are back ripping more slab packs. I'm so excited.
Super excited.
This is our second round.
I know.
I think we should do a variety of baseball and basketball.
We'll get to the clip that just sent me over here in a minute, so hold on for that because it's worth watching. But here's what I think happened. I think that Arena Club saw some good marketing opportunity. The two biggest YouTubers, there's some, if you're a big YouTuber in the sports car world, you probably got presented with this, and good for you if you didn't take it. But the two of the biggest, over 300,000 subscribers, Pac-Man, over 300,000 subscribers, Jeff Wilson, they went to these two guys and they said, hey, let's do some marketing. Here's a lot of money, push our product, show our product. And that's what I think happened. And now you're going to learn here in a minute that Jim Rome, who appeals to a far older crowd. I want to mention those 50 Arena Clubs. And you'd see it.
I want to see it.
$20.
This is a multi-sport. Oh my God, Rome! Oh my God!
Wait a minute, what?
Gentlemen, waiting.
Is that what I
Rome,
think
that's
that
the
is?
Jordan rookie. That's the Jordan rookie.
That's
the one you're
Is that
talking
the
about,
Grail?
Rome. That's the huge
Dude,
card.
is that the Grail?
That is the Grail. You just hit the Grail.
Dude, did I just nail the Grail?
You just hit the Grail.
Did I just nail the Grail? The Grail that I've been chasing since I met you weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Is that not the Grail?
That is the Grail, Rome. That's the Grail.
Holy bleep. Tell me about the Grail.
That's a massive card, Rome. That is a huge card. That is Jordan's 1986 Fleer rookie card. That is in BGS 9.5 condition. That is literally the Grail. You just hit the Grail. That is a
My man.
That is a $40,000 card.
Wait, I was going to say, now, wait a minute. Am I on the next plane to find out off air what ski mountain you are on?
The good old boys. Just some good old boys. Hello. Hello, sports card people. We made it. It's Friday night. You ain't got a job. Relax. I got a show. I have a show. What amazes me is Tuesday was one of the biggest news stories, and it was a great day. Good show. Wednesday, we had some big callers calling in. Another good show. I thought AIH, I hope he becomes a weekly 10 to 15 minute slotted time. And I hope we continue whatever story he's working on or wants to talk about. Chris Sewell, always I just love talking with Chris. There's just a quality about Chris. Anyways, let's not fanboy here, but I really, he's consider him not a friend at this point, no doubt. All right. Flipping Steve calls. It was interesting, but today I don't think I'll disappoint. I mean, I think I have a show, so I hope. And we'll start with this. Damn, we're doing this, huh? It's Friday. let's let the world, there's 3 minutes in, 66 people. That's amazing. Let's let a couple minutes here because I have a lot to say. I have some things to say, as if you didn't already know. And they're not talking points. Oh, wait, come on now. It's Friday. The Friday shows are always a little, it's a long week. You taught all week. You did 2 lives. You're thinking of videos. You're talking to other people. You're thinking about work. It's a long week. So by the time I get live Friday, maybe maybe one day, if one show I never, it's a little harder for me to get up. It's Friday, but I do have a show. So let's just start. AH came across like a 12-year-old kid. Ouch. I think he sent me some good legal documents. I think he does some homework. We'll get into AIH in a minute because it does worry me on one thing that he's using ChatGPT to tell him if someone got subscribers or not and then put it out to the world. That's not the best journalism or research. So then it makes you wonder about everything. But he's presented some legal documents that no one else has sent me that shit. People send me stuff. It's an interesting story. So a 10 minutes I do 6 hours live a week. If he does a 10-minute slotted time, I'm for it. By the way, I'll leave a little tease. We'll talk about Chris Sewell might be joining the show on Wednesdays as well. Some Wednesdays. We'll get into that later. That's a little tease. All right. We made it to Friday. Here we are 5 minutes in. Let's jump. First off, P. Ryan made some heavy accusations. Heavy. So do you think Teapot or Jeff, it should say are, I don't know why it says is, come on now, editing a little late. By the way, I want to point something else out. Until Rhonda started doing these comments, which is very fucking helpful. Sorry, not a lot of F-bombs, sorry. Stream, now I get to focus on the show and some of what chat's saying, but I write it all, I prep it all. It's all me, one-man show here. And Rhonda, thank you for doing some comments. Thanks to the moderators. I'm looking for 1 or 2 more. So do you think Teapot or Jeff are thinking about suing P. Ryan? And P. Ryan threatening Neo with legal action about defamation or out of context with 0 receipts. And then he calls out Teapot and Jeff. So either P. Ryan knows more than we think, or he was feeling a certain way and completely acted inappropriately in saying that. And I don't know what's right. Teapot's going on a spree quickly, smart of him, and he comes off, as everyone's saying, really well. Okay, all right. He's making his presence known. Have we seen Jeff come out yet? I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. I figure like I would have seen it or someone would have sent it to me if Jeff had come out and said something by now. But Teapot did the right thing. Immediately goes to Instagram, puts out his bid history. Someone else didn't do that. So we're not going to the show. We'll spend 5 minutes on P. Ryan. Show's not about that. You can hear about that everywhere else, but I feel like this is a valid thought. There was an official apology. If you didn't see earlier today on Sunday night, I posted unsubstantiated claims against Teapot and Jeff. That's what so he's saying himself they were unsubstantiated. I think P. Ryan knows some of the dirt. So now if this is false and fake, not only will he not share what dirt he does know, he's trying to put it on others. So that's kind of lame. And it was wrong, and I apologize to them, And if Neo apologized to you, would you have made him take down his video, or would you have still made him take it down? Some of these things, that's fine, but is apology going to work from everyone? I'm sorry, P. Ryan. I'm so sorry. As a sign of sincerity and as a sign of appreciation for the great work the sports card. Oh my God, are we kidding me? I didn't read that. I got to process. There's too much stuff. I can't say everything that comes in my brain right now. First of all, it's my first news I read that. Have you read that? Stop, hold the phone. He won't go away. Ray, oh my goodness. That made my day. So he let the world know he donated $50,000 to the Jackie Robinson Fund. And is it maybe a sign of truce? I said something wrong. He made a $50,000 donation to Children's Hospital of Atlanta in their honor. During my hiatus from sports card social media, I'd like to remind people to not let moments of vulnerability make them subject to compromising their moral grounds. We'll get into that in a moment. The good news is that this hobby is full of... It's going to be a good show. And I'm Tuesday, all the hype, all the ooh. So that was a big show. 275 in here, 280 maybe at peak, our biggest show yet. Wednesday followed up, got another 2,000 views, followed up a lot of people in the room. I think peak was 191. Not to I'm stating what was happening here. We're not huge. And this third show should be, the least of the oof. How do I have more? How do I have more? Sometimes I ask myself. Original thoughts, original content. Stamp it. How much of original content are you getting out there in sports cards? During my hiatus, started that subject of comment. The good news is that this hobby is full of many great people. Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I consider Jeff and Teapot squarely in that category. All right. The bad news is, well, why'd you do what you did then? The bad news is that there are some unethical people in the hobby who will try to take advantage of you or maybe post that you're a shill bidder when you're not. Also, I'd like to share, since many texted us and my mom as well. Teapot will be happy to hear that. On her way to full recovery after being in a life-threatening car accident last weekend. Be there for your family whenever possible. The prayers and well wishes. Again, my apologies to Jeff. How could you read it with a straight face? So, this is the first time I'm reading this. I'd be a little more sharp had it not been, this is how I react to certain things. It's just hilarious. That's what he's apologizing for, just so we all understand. So you tell me. Lot to process. What a week. I'm going to give you more to chew. On Saturday, I talked to Piran over an hour. It was a good conversation, talking this, talking that, telling me stuff. The conversation ended with him offering me 5 figures for a short-term advisory role. And make of that what you will. I respectfully turned it down, and I gave the advice for free. So in his thing, when he says, what was it about? I just saw this. I made don't let, what was it? I'd like to remind people not to let moments of vulnerability make them subject to compromising their moral grounds. Not here on Professor fucking Sports Cards. Come on. Come on. I will take sponsors. Yes, that will not be one of them. P. Ryan in the story seemed to never end. I feel the best case for him is to stop putting himself out there for a while. My goodness. Relax, chill. You got a lot of money. So that's the end of my P. Ryan story. 7 minutes to lead. I'm not doing any more. We have an hour and 45 more minutes. I did not take it. No, I didn't. Not me. Now, I can't. What I will say is by the end of the year, I hope I do to have a few sponsors. And it seems like I reached out to Card Ladder a couple months ago. I use Card Ladder often. I'm going to say how it is. For how often I use it on screen, I should be getting paid for taking a sponsor. I use it on the screen all the time. And I tell you the honest truth, and I've said it way ever before I reached out to them, was that I find it the most user-friendly. And here's the thing. That's the one I went to. I liked it. I tried a couple others. I never tried Market Movers, but I think in the beginning or at some point there was a paywall, and I didn't want to do that. And then there happens to be a paywall at Card Ladder, but I liked it so much, and that's what I use. And so eventually that, I think, is turning into a sponsorship here in the next couple weeks, and I hope to take 1 or 2 more, but not that money. Not that money. Let's get into some YouTube. There are roughly 65 to 70 million YouTube creator channels. A study found the median video gets 35 views. About 65% of YouTube videos have fewer than 100 views. I know I'm just reading down the line. I'll make my point in a minute. Less than 4% of videos reach 10,000 views. I'm going to say it again. If you have a video that hit over 10,000 views organically, you're in the top 4% of someone that's made YouTube videos. And it also says that this 4%, less than 4%, 3.67 to be accurate on according to this research, yet these few videos account for almost 94% of all the views. And the last tidbit's the most, and a shout out to any fellow card content YouTubers. On the subscriber side, only 9% of channels have over 1,000 subscribers. So if you're a sports card content creator with over 1,000 subscribers, you had to stay on it. You had to stay working. And I tip my cap off to you because you're in the top 10% of all YouTube channels of any niche, including me. Anyways, my tip of the cap. And to me, I have had videos go over 10,000, many, a dozen times. And so it feels nice to know hard work has placed me in forget other card content creators, just in YouTube, I did something. I'm not walking away, but I guess, okay, man, I set a goal and I did something here. Top 4% of all YouTubers. So, hey, now AIH came on and said something that he put out a video a few months back. He used ChatGPT, put in this is how he did it. No research, no talking to people. He put in a little research. He put in what's the damn website that I'm forgetting right now? A Social Blade. He put in my little subscriber chart. He threw it up there and it said, oh, it's suspected, or it looks maybe, and now, by the way, when you try to ChatGPT, unless you're very, very specific about not being biased, it's often pretty user biased to the user. Let's prove it. Here we go. By the way, let's read the right-hand side because it's the truth. I got my AA, my bachelor's, and my master's in education. I ran the San Francisco Marathon twice. I boxed for a decade, and I worked on this channel for 3.5 years. So you don't cheat your way into running a marathon. That's not how running a marathon works. So any of you that have ran a marathon or competitive athlete, you do not just randomly decide one day, yeah, let's cheat. You can't, unless you hop in a cab, unless you're running all the time, you can't run 26 miles. It takes discipline, and furthermore, it's competition within yourself. You're not looking at others. You're not competing with others. You want to do better than yourself. You want to keep getting better. You want to be better than the man you were yesterday, is the famous quote. So I hate the silly, just a fun little thing. Bullshit. You're doing it 5 days a week. You're putting all that time and it's just a fun little thing. My ass. You'd love to see it grow. But that's the easy way. If it doesn't grow, it's just a fun. Well, not for me. It's not a fun little thing. It's as serious as running a marathon. It's as serious as getting my education. It's as serious as my job. This is something I take serious. I enjoy. I love it. And I wouldn't have done it for 3 years with 200 people watching my videos. And when you make good content, sometimes subscribers come. I found this fascinating to look at, by the way. So, for instance, that Jim Rome video we led with, the Jeff Wilson, when it got 76 subscribers, you don't think that's a reasonable number? Because I do, because it was a good fucking video that no one else made. No one else even talked about Jeff Wilson hitting that card. I don't want to hear it. 95% of the channels are in the card business. They're not going to tell you this stuff. Most of them are taking the Arena Club ads. They're in the business. I'm not. So who's going to tell you the truth? I bought subscribers, my ass. This is my chart. 5 months ago, almost to the day, I had my biggest subscriber of 227. So what do you think? That day I bought 200 subscribers? Why the fuck would I stop at 200? No one else did. Okay, this is another big moment. And then I went back to school, lucky for you, and that's when the channel went like this. And I had to reconsider what the fuck I was doing. Excuse me. And then I landed a big interview. And you know what? Where is that slide? I'll get to it later. That interview doesn't take place without the community here. None of this takes place without the community, the people reaching out, the people giving me stories, the people telling me this, the people telling me, did you see that? Did you see what this person said? Did you see this story? It does not happen without the community. And so just to remind you, 5 months ago when I pulled those subscribers, I made a good video that no one wants to talk about until I do it, and it got 11,000 views. And guess what? 5 months ago, I made a video that I put a ton of effort into, and it got 56,000 views. So fuck you. That's right. I edited this thing. I found the 12 clips. Nobody else. I bought subscribers my ass. Extremely low percentage of views. Let's do this. Let's do this. The percentage that get 50,000 views is likely less than 1% of YouTube videos. That's right. I made a goal and I hit my damn goal. I made a video that made the top 1%. By the way, a year ago, I made some random short that got 1.7 million views. So some people are creative and here for the content, and some people are here to sell you shit. Wake up. I probably went too hard. We got voicemails coming up. I'm not done. I'm not done because I wasn't done. 4 months ago, 17,000 views. 3 months ago, 12,000 views. 3 months ago, 14,000 views. And 2 months ago, one of the biggest and best sports card videos ever made, it also transfers to Pokemon, 86,000 views with PSA employee, and they never talk. And I don't get this video. A viewer made this happen. The channel does not work without the viewers and the community. That's how I landed this. Someone enjoyed my content, saw the hard work, and helped me land that story. Chill out. Wow. Probably the harshest I've ever gone. But I don't like being accused of that because it's not true. And I've put a ton of work into it. And again, what's the point in this? Did I get to that bottom text? I don't even remember. There is no honor in cheating. It would defeat the entire purpose of this. This is a competition with me and myself. So you think I'm going to cheat? You don't cheat running a marathon. It defeats the purpose. Why do it then? To show off? To have clout? To get a girl? Normally people run a marathon because there's something deep inside you that says go. And so I do mean it. Why the hell, and no one else says this, it defeats the purpose. I'm at 11,000, 10,000, 11,000, 11,000. And then I had to go back to work. And when I went back to work, I had to reassess. And we had a live last month get 2,500 views. And we have a live from yesterday. From yesterday, they got 2,000 views. You think I bought those? Fuck off. Oh, there was a live from last month. 3,000 views. Oh, there was a live from 2 days ago. 3,000 views. Sometimes having the heart, having the will, having the drive, having the discipline, that's what's going to win you something. Not buying a bunch of sports cards. Buy what you can afford. So again, when you look at this, well, that's my story. I'm going to look at the chat. I need to chill. I need to chill a bit. I got more coming. I got more coming. Let me just, I need a second. I need a second. I said too much. I said what I wanted to say. I said what I wanted to say. Liberty, justice, and all. God, no, please don't. Please, in my difference between teaching 10. Yes, please don't. Let's go.
What would that be? I'm gonna rip the band-aid off like an adult would. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Just everybody just stop. Just stop. Just everybody cool it. Okay. What would that be? I'm gonna rip the band-aid off like an adult.
Gio's mad at me because I'm doing this. Jesse's gonna hate me, maybe.
What would that be?
No, please, let's watch that again, please.
What would that be? I'm gonna rip the band-aid off like an adult would. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Tylenol, yeah, it's a long day. It's a long day. I worked all week. Came live, prepared. Ooh wee. Thank you to Rhonda. Let's go. I mean, that's a big help. Let's see.
Oh.
Whoop, that's not supposed to be there. I thought that was a funny little. Come on, that's funny. Come on, that's funny. Whoops, a daisy. All right. Cringe. Nothing's more cringe than this card. If this doesn't tell you that sports cards have a far drop, I don't know what does. This is what's happening here. Sports cards, nothing's unique to your sports cards. It's bigger than your sports cards. There's One Piece, there's Pokemon, there's Magic, there's other 7,000 other things I can't think of at the moment. Pop Century. Oh, they're going to be big. Those cards are going to be big. Yeah. Sure. Everyone's going out to buy the Snoop Dogg rookie. And you know what? Be wary of that, because the only time I've seen that Snoop Dogg rookie really pop off is during the COVID craze. No one wants that shit. I've 8 Eminem rookie cards raw just sitting. Nobody wants it. This is a $30,000 card. $30,000. So you think you're a little 101 or you're at a 25 overprinted, mass-produced sports card is unique. It ain't. And that player who signed it is going to sign, if they do that, use your head. They're going to keep doing this every year. Every year they keep doing this, it makes your shit less and less rare. Hello? Nobody wants to think. And the 95% of the content doesn't want you to think. I really stand on it. People say, I feel like this channel has some of the only original thought, and it's because I'm not in the industry. There's other original thought out there. People just don't do content on it, or it's overshadowed by Pac-Man and Jeff and Card Collector and whoever the hell else is trying to make all this money off it. Nothing I'm saying is not true. Everything I'm saying is factually correct. So Jesse hit this Remy card, and it sold for $3,000. Are these even real autographs? Who signed that? Your mom? If this doesn't tell you, look out, I don't know what does. I really don't. And Jesse, this reaction is a gambling reaction. So I hope you at least concede to the fact that shit's gambling and you're using Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse and Daisy Duck to gamble away a product. Disgusting.
What would that be? I'm gonna rip the band-aid off like an adult would. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just everybody just stop. Just stop. Just everybody cool it. Okay. What would that be?
All right, you make up your own mind. What happened? I don't know. I don't know what the hell happened. Flippin' Steve called in last night. Chris was here. Says casinos make their own rules, and the commission is responsible for making sure the casinos abide by those rules. At least how I understood what he told me. At the very least, someone for the customer to, excuse me. So that same commission is at least, you or me could at least reach out to a commission, whether they're going to be corrupt or not. I don't know. It's arguable in the casino world. But at least we have someone to reach out to, someone to start a story with, someone to say we contacted, someone to make things right if things are done on the up and up. So if that's the case, then there should be some sort of commission to oversee card breaks and mystery packs. We all, pretty much everyone concedes at this point, it's gambling. I don't think anyone puts up that fight at this point. I don't even think that's a hot topic anymore. Shit's gambling. All the people I talk to that are even breakers, it's gambling. And then the mystery packs are a whole nother level of gambling. Wow, we came in hot. That was a good 30 minutes. What is your biggest gripe in the hobby? And also maybe give us your most fun you've ever had in the hobby. Jimmy81 won this damn thing early last week. I don't know when anymore. It's all mixing together. I can't believe that's last week. And Frank, not Frank the Tank intern Frank. No, Frank Mortal Kombat Frank won it the day before. Well, Mortal Kombat Frank said, I don't want it. I participated in the live. I'm respectfully turning it down. And then Jimmy81 never got back to me. So I already don't want to do giveaways. I'm already not a giveaway guy. There's a million other places for that. And now, the time I do a giveaway, it's a pain in the ass. So you think I'm going to do many more giveaways? Hell no. Hey, Neo got a lawyer contacting him. I got an offer at 10K. Maybe the lawyer will come. Who knows? Who knows? Calling out Jeff and Teapot for shill bidding. Ay, ay, ay. If you want to win the Aaron Judge, I don't even want to do a freaking giveaway at this point. The best voicemail of 2025, Jimmy81. Email me. So I can give you this, send you this, your winnings. Ah, man, that 30 minutes. Oof, I'm spent. A good show. See you tomorrow. Whoo! Holy moly.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
And Tokyo. All right. Come on, let's do some voicemails. This card went from $27,000 in July to $60,000 in October. Sure, all your great investments at this price are great. Keep doing it. We've seen this story before. No, now it's different. No, it's all different now. We're hyping the Jordan market now. We're hyping the Griffey market. Now it'll work out different this time. Everything will be different. It won't. It won't. Let's do some voicemails. All right. Friday night. I think we haven't listened to voicemails in about a week. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not enough to do every show. So if you want to leave a rant, you want to gripe, you want to tell us the most fun you've had, let's keep it. Oh, it's been a heavy week. Everyone's making heavy content, kind of repetitive. Now we got all this theft Jeff's leaning into. It's just been a heavy week. The next hour and a half of this show, grab a drink, take a chill pill. Let's have fun. I'm over the heaviness. I said what I had to say. In this last hour and a half, let's take a little load off. It's been a heavy week in the industry, and let's chill. Let's have fun. Here we go. This better be good.
In the year 2025, we have seen a year of drama, contradiction.
Oh, this guy, I haven't not heard this, not read it, not heard that voice, and he sounds like he's going to be spot on. I have no idea what he's going to say. Young Wilson, who's been, here also recovering from a surgery, so I hope you're doing well, sir. And he's been a lot of the lives. Young, I appreciate the support, community, and the $10. Let's get back to this. This might be good.
In the year 2025, we have seen a year of drama, contradictions, leniency, obligations, partnerships, agendas, degeneracy, fraudulent instances. I can surely say that next year won't be short of these very aforementioned things.
What is happening?
But we must all
Who is talking? This guy he really doesn't want his voice to be known. Is that Beckett?
surely come to grips with the reality that these entities are in it for the business.
This is like the Anonymous. This is serendipity. I was just speaking on this. I had no idea this is what this said. This is from last week. Oh, this is just the first one on deck.
They are not in it for the hobby. That is a singular privilege of those distanced from monopolized masses. Look at you! We are amongst an overreaching monopoly industry conglomerate, gentlemen. Nothing short of that.
What a call. Oh, that was a call. That was a call.
That fuck 'em up. I'ma do my stuff.
I almost want to hear that. I didn't know what we were doing. About midway through, I'm like, what is happening here? And he ended strong. Kenny effing Powers, you got some competition for best call of the year. We might play. I'm going to do the other ones. I almost want to. That's worth hearing one more time. All right, here's number 2.
Hey, Prof. Dale from Arizona. Hey,
Dale, or I can never mention you. I never get your name here. You've called in. This is your second time. This is a 2-minute and 18-second voicemail. Now I don't know if you do content, and I'm guessing no. They don't want to hear you go for 2 minutes and 18 seconds. In all respect. And if you want to call in 30 seconds on the short end, 20 seconds, even 15, but 30 seconds is pretty good, and to a minute. Anything more than a minute, this is long. This better be good. I'm not keeping it If this is not good, I'm not giving the 2 minutes. It's too long. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for giving your takes. But 2 minutes, make this 4 different calls. All right.
I was just thinking, the state of the hobby is pretty, I don't know, really messed up with all the shield bidding and, I don't know, all this crap with everything. But, the one thing I was kind of thinking about was, I don't know if you remember last year, I know you said you watched the Sports Cards Radio guys, and they did like an election kind of thing and did like the president and the vice president and all that stuff. I know it was kind of unjust and everything and kind of just kind of a play on the real election that was going on. But, they might have been onto something there, that we could get, I don't know how we would be able to do it. And that's the only thing I can't think of is, you think, well, maybe, like Fanatics or, a couple of the manufacturers that, could get into it and maybe try to help police the hobby.
They don't want to.
and put like a percentage of their profits or what. I don't know. I know I'm fucking dreaming.
Yeah, I don't think they have any intention or want to do that. And that would be great. And I'd be all for it. And let me be part of that team. You know, I'd be all for that. They just don't, I don't think they want to do that.
But, you know, I guess it's just really bad. There's just no control over the hobby. Everybody does what they want to do. They, you know, here we got, you know, like Dr. Beckett and the other guy there, they, you know, hell, they have no problem shield baiting. So you know that they're, you know, the rest of the damn people in this hobby are, you know, learning from the man. It's Dr. Beckett. He says it's okay. Well, I guess I can do whatever I want to do too.
That's true.
Well, I don't know. I guess it kind of makes me mad, but you know, I guess the only, you know, if you look at kind of the history of the United States and how things have been going here, I think, you know, it almost kind of falls in line with that everybody's just trying to make a quick buck and do whatever they can. And, you know, the thing of it is, I guess the old saying goes, if you're not cheating, you ain't trying. So I don't know. I don't know what the answers are. I know you know, you said, give me some,
all right. I gave you 1:50 out of this 2:18. It's way too long. I thought there was interesting stuff and then cut it. There was good 30 seconds and then cut it. We got 3 more. I say we just do them now and then move on to the next segment of the show. We're 41 minutes in. Here we go. A short one. Short comparatively. 39 seconds.
Professor, get in the givey. This is Reef to See Forever.
Reef! Hey, Reef's in the chat. Reef! And I saw Bargain Boxers here. So Bargain Boxer, hope you're feeling better. He reached out. He was sick, not feeling well. I think it got to the point he had to, I don't know if you want me to say it, whatever. It doesn't matter. I think he had to go to the hospital. So anyways, I'm glad to see you here. Hope you're doing better. Hope you're feeling all right. Let's listen to what Reef, first call I think ever from Reef, always in the chat. Not sure if he's here now. Always telling me to get in that givey.
Get in the givey. This is Reef to See Forever. I just wanted to call in and tell you base cards matter. Fuck these shill bitters. Fuck Gio and Neo.
Hey!
It's all about the base cards. And I hope everybody in the chat has a great day. Get in the fucking givey and have a great weekend. Raiders still a rule. And I'm out.
O'Doyle, Drews. Raiders, man, it's a shame. Let me tell you, it's a shame. In Oakland, when give me a minute, just give me a minute on the Raiders. When you go to an Oakland game or Raider game in Oakland, the parking lot's right there. It's a ghetto party. You feel part of the family. You wear your black and silver. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a nerd. It doesn't matter if you're from the hood. Everybody's family. And there was a lot more people from the hood than not. Do I want to say in Oakland? Oh gosh. Yeah, whatever. In Oakland compared to San Francisco, you go to Oakland games, and let's just say, oh, how do I want to phrase this? This is not. I'm human. Well, the girls in Oakland outshine the girls in the San Francisco area for one excellent reason. Oh God! Well, just after now, I'm moving on. You want to know? I'll tell you in the membership. It's the truth. It's the truth. Okay, you go to Oakland, you see a Raider game, and it just felt like a big family. Here, we've been losing the last 2 seasons. When they're winning, it's felt a good vibe in there. But now you have, took my brother to Packer game last year, maybe 2 years ago, I can't remember. 60% of the fans were Packers. And you know what? The Raiders somehow beat them, and then the Packers started going on a run. Now they've been good. But the Raiders beat them, and I'm the only one going down the stairs. I'm in a sea full of Packer fans. I'm the only one chanting the Raider chant. That would never happen in Oakland. I mean, just a little bit disappointing. it's more of it is a great place to see a football game. It's family and a great place to see a game. I love the stadium, but that aspect of it kind of sucks. All right, we got two more. 53 seconds, little long not compared to 2 minutes 18.
Yo, Prof, Kenny fucking Powers here. You need to take a look at Jeff's live stream from Sunday night on his Sports Card Investor channel. I sent you the link in an email. There's a guy passed out on the couch for the first 10 minutes. Hilarious stuff. Anyway, here comes the heat. Jeff, at the 2-hour, 31-minute mark, is dressed up like a Timu Indiana Jones searching for grails from his shit repacks. Motherfucker, you are not Indiana Jones. I'd rather watch even Shia fucking LaBeouf and Crystal Skull over this shit. Harrison Ford needs to fly his plane right into the parking lot of Cards HQ and knock you the fuck out. That hat looks more like Clark Griswold than Indiana Jones. I thought I couldn't hate this guy more. Anyway, take care, Prof.
And Kenny Effin Powers is going to take the Aaron Judge. I mean, he's on another level than most of the callers. I do remember this game. It was Monday Night Football. I'm almost positive. What did he throw 4 or 5 touchdowns the day after his dad died? Of course, against my Raiders. Raiders were actually good those couple years. The only time in my life they were any good. But yeah, that was a great game. That was a great call, Kenny Effin. There's one more, Brian. Oh, someone called. Okay, all right. We'll save that for two. Well, I think I want to save. I'd rather save it for Tuesday. I think that'll be like Kenny Effin has another minute one. Why don't we save that for Tuesday also? So we have some, and then this guy will call. So we have a couple few, call in 702-483-7344. Leave a 30-second voicemail. 2 minutes is too long. Even a minute's pushing it unless it's good. And I am going to play this one more time. This will be the end of the voicemail segment. We'll move on. It's a minute and it was entertaining.
In the year 2025, we have seen a year of drama, contradictions, leniency, obligations, partnerships, agendas, degeneracy, fraudulent instances. I can surely say that next year won't be short of these very aforementioned things. But we must all surely come to grips with the reality that these entities are in it for the business. They are not.
All right. This was the juicy part. Yeah, this is the the first 35 seconds. This is where this captured me here, and then we'll move on.
In it for the hobby. That is a singular privilege of those distanced from monopolized machinations. We are amongst an overreaching monopoly industry conglomeracy, gentlemen. Nothing short of that.
He's right. Whether you tuned in, tuned out, didn't want to hear it, love it. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Crazy that came after me saying what I said. I had no idea. All right. Best voicemail of the year probably still goes to Kenny Effin, one of his two. And Professor wants to be a radio star. I don't know if you're here earlier. I liked editing videos. I'm good at editing videos, but working full time in summer, when I have my summer off, hell yeah, I can make some good videos, but I have to kind of pivot. And what am I supposed to do? Not be entertaining, not try on my lives. So this is I'll get into it later, but I'm experimenting right now. You're a YouTube channel. And so I think what I'm gonna do is I want to get back to my edited videos. That's something important on the channel. It's something I enjoy. It's something I'm good at. So I think Mondays I'll always release a big edited video. And then I'm going to cut down on the clips, maybe just 1 or 2 a week. That's going to overflood the channel. This card, I want to get into this. So now let's talk some actual cards. 48 minutes into the show. This Jordan Star card went from 27 grand to 60 grand. It's not how cards work. And it's not that you think, all this money's coming in. This happened before. And why do you think all of a sudden the past 3 or 4 months, these cards just skyrocketed? You have to challenge that. You have to think about that. It doesn't make sense. None of the points I've heard, even if it makes sense, even if you can say it's not sustainable, these cards won't hold this value, and it's happened before. And so I want to look at some stuff real quick. Is that a tease? Let's do that as a tease. We'll look at that in a minute. This is another hot take prediction I have for this card shop right here. I've been needing that beat for a while. This is not what's best for the hobby. It's what's best for these people's business.
All right, guys, back on the road. We are here in Dallas for the Dallas Card Show and figured we would make
I was going to fast forward. I don't care. I just wanted you to see this. How stupid.
Cool. Like, they've had that at Fanatics Fest. They've had that at all of their other shops. So it's cool to see, like, that is, like, the state.
This is going to fail. I don't care what money's in it, who's in it. This is going to fail. It's higher end stuff. We have connections. There's not a market for this. Maybe right now with the hype, the FOMO, the big push, I don't care how hard you push. This is not going to, and they just keep opening more and more. Not because one was super successful, because that was the business plan
Of the shop. And then again, just all the signage, singles by sport, very organized, very clean. It's,
King, I had that thought too about Funko Pops. I have a YouTuber, I don't remember his name, that I've watched for, 6 or so. I don't watch him anymore ever since he got into cards. But before he did sneakers, I didn't really watch when he did sneakers. Then he came Funko Pops. He's on mystery box Funko Pops. Ooh-wee. And he's opening those. And he sells them, if not here, on eBay, wherever. And you know what he moved into? He went from sneakers to Funko, and now he's into sports cards. Hello, it's just the fad for now. Now, the one difference between, and maybe not sneakers, but Funko Pops, is absurd money has moved into this. Absurd people are sold. This is the next stock market in gold. So that didn't happen with Pops, but it's just absurd. The whole thing's absurd. And I don't think there's a market or need for all of these Tom Brady I don't even care. Oh, they're next to a stadium. I don't care. People can barely afford to get in to the game. You think they're going here? Oh, you just need a whale. The whale's not shopping at Tom Brady's shop. He's buying his cards smartly in some deal from people he knows.
Tell right away that, like, this is a very, very meticulous process when building these shops, and it's very clean, welcoming. They know what they're doing. Just going through one of the showcases, kind of cool to see. That's Matt Stafford patch auto with a Card Collector 2 sticker. Card Collector 2 stickers made it all the way to Dallas, Texas, in Card Vault by Tom Brady store. Love to see that. I mean, first thing I noticed,
no one's going to challenge these. No one's going to be even there's no talk of it. That's not the narrative they'll ever present. Not even, I can go one way and be harsh, and I have to, because 95% of the content out there isn't. So I have to lean a little extra harsh. My stance could be more in the middle. I could talk logic about, and I am, of why I think these will fail. I don't think there's a market for this long term. These stores don't cost a little bit of money to run. These stores don't cost, there's a lot of overhead in this stuff. So you're banking on this being the way for the next 20, 30 years. I don't think it is.
One of the first things I noticed, there's a lot of things I noticed around here, but the pricing in here is actually extremely competitive. Like, I might buy them myself and try to rip them. Like these Prism Black basketballs, for instance. Most places you can find online, $13.50, $12.24, $10.99, $11.99, $12.49. They have them at $9.99 for Prism basketball. So
they want to make the comp that it's high-end art. The difference is high-end art, there's a lot of scams and fakes in that. But the point is, there's actually someone talented enough and someone that spoke to your heart with art. There's a history. All the history to this stuff is Topps, Fanatics, Panini, overprinted cards, and there's no I guess there's a tie to some of the players. It's all going to be watered down. They're doing it every year over and over and over. And that makes your little Peyton Manning 2022 blue chrome worthless.
I think personally, I would have thought like a store run by Tom Brady that is this high end, that looks this nice, that has
So Dan, I don't think Dan's wrong here. You're missing the point. They know this. Their intention is to get to a point where they can sell the brand. Well, I would argue that they're there. Why would you don't? I mean, how you think they're really going to get bigger? They're really, I guess, maybe. I don't, it doesn't show in it. There's the way it was working in 2020, 2021, 2022 is if we use the metric of views in YouTube, and maybe they were just bought, views were way higher than they are now for these channels. Way. I'm talking almost 10x higher. Maybe I'm missing the point Dan's saying here, but I feel like if they wanted, and yes, I do think some do want to sell a brand. I don't think he's wrong there. And so what you could argue is they're pushing up the value, the credibility in their brand, and then they cash out. But some of these brands are themselves. I mean, Car Collector 2 is just, he's the personality. It's him. So you're saying someone will come in and offer big money, and now they'll buy it, own it, but he'll still be the talent. Or maybe you're saying they'll buy his card company, his card business, everything that goes with it. I don't know. But sure, there is some that, yeah, man, these people are in it. They want to build it. They want to sell it.
so many locations, and again, has Tom Brady's name on it, might be a little bit more, a little bit higher on the pricing. Like maybe not getting
just a card vault. Got it. They're going to sell card vault. Okay. All right. I don't know. I just don't see how it does big enough business. I'd be very curious to see their numbers.
The best deals. These prices are pretty good box wise. I mean, Prism Black, like you can't find it anywhere at that price. That's a pretty crazy price. So to have the selection they have and be uber competitive on pricing is not something I would have expected. But
again, you're not going to hear anything negative or critical here, and it's on purpose. I'm over it. What can we bet on today? The Chile presidential election. Anyone got any inside information? DM me. Elon Musk, number of tweets from November 11th to November 18th. So Elon Musk could tell his friends, hey, this is how many tweets I'm going to do from November 11th to November 18th. Go make yourself some cash. How does this site exist? Am I wrong? Right? I mean, it's super. I mean, you can whoever it's on, you can manipulate. There's just too much manipulation at stake here. Too easy. It's going crazy. It's going crazy. Get in now. The hype, the FOMO. Go do it. What are they saying? Whatnot? Go get it. Like you're a dog. Bark, bark, bark. Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth. Quack, 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 Mr. Ducksworth. Come on. The real ones know that. The real ones know that. Which countries will the U.S. agree to tariff agreements with? Will China invade Taiwan in 2025? 2% chance. Thank God. We can all rest easy. Will China unban Bitcoin in 2025? 1% chance. You know, China's just collecting all that Bitcoin for themselves. Their people can't have it. Any Bitcoin coming to China is going straight to the top. Culture. Well, The Running Man, I haven't watched movies in forever. I grew up a movie guy. I've been out of movies for 4 or 5 years. I haven't been to a movie theater in 8 or 9 years. I've lived here 8 years. Haven't been to one here. The Running Man opening weekend box office. Who the hell cares? NASA Escapade launched by December 31st. 99. Oh, Grand Theft Auto released in 2025. And no, of course not. You want to make some easy money? I don't know how this thing works. Maybe you'll make a penny on a $10. It's not coming out in 2025. Duh. A U.S. Civil War. You want to go bet on a Civil War and incite some shit to make money? I didn't say that, but that's what this stupid website It's so dumb. There was a higher chance at one point. There was at one point 4% chance. Oh, just moved to 2% live. They saw me talking about it. Someone heard me go bid on it. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. And this is just 2025 in America. One that gets me is that eventually they made it outlaw. When we grew up, or when I grew up, cigarette ads were everywhere. Alcohol ads were everywhere. And I know cigarette ads are banned, and I don't remember seeing a ton of alcohol ads recently. I think I don't, you don't see them on billboards. I don't remember seeing new, Budweiser commercials in a long time. So don't misquote me there. But cigarette ads are definitely not. I don't think you could advertise Zyn. So eventually the first move everyone has to be thinking, hey, we legalize gambling, Supreme Court. Well, we also need to make sure that there can't be gambling advertisements. And will that ever happen? Probably not. But that one boggles my mind, and it's all new, but eventually that needs to be the law, is that you can't advertise gambling. Fine, you want it legal, cool, but it shouldn't be thrown in everybody's face. And I also, last 30 days, again, for to help wake people up. You saw the Looney Tunes card. No, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Daisy Duck, 30 grand. 30 grand. Wake up. Your cards are not what you think they're valued at. And the point I want to make, last 30 days, PSA 10s, half of them are Pokemon, or 4 of them. And that's you're banking on this Pokemon card here where there's tens of thousands in the pop count. It's not rare at all. None of these Pokemon, they're all Pokemon cards everywhere, watered down to the umpteenth. Oh, I believe Pokemon's going to last forever. Well, if you think that, all right, then go buy some more sports cards. But I'm just telling you, there's other comps. It's not just sports cards. It's a huge craze everywhere right now. People call it collectibles. When Jesse was trying to tell someone, what I hear, he wanted to say, like, you don't understand. I think it was in the comments what I said, or I can't remember. Said something to the effect like, people don't understand how these can be collectibles. Well, some $30,000 card is not a collectible. You're looking at it as investment. Good luck with that. A collectible is something that's a trinket, something that costs 15, 10, 20 bucks, maybe 100 max. Maybe there's a $200 toy you want to buy. At that point, you argue it's not even a collectible. Now you're getting into the high-end stuff. But a collectible is something you can build a collection. So apparently the only collectibles out there that matter, or these people want to talk about, are the ones that the high-end people hit because it gets views, it gets clout, it sells a narrative. But I'm just saying, there's a lot. There's One Piece. I mean, there's many more. I'm blanking on at the moment, but there's just so much out there. And you're telling me this is in 10 years from now, this is how it's going to stay? No. The other thing with sports cards, they're not as big as you think. Views and people in the hobby during COVID were way bigger. Not just views, people in the hobby. A sports card show, 100% sports cards, would be packed. Now sports card shows would be empty if they weren't 70, 80% Pokemon. Or maybe not empty, but definitely not thriving. And back in 2021, nope, there was no Pokemon on the floor. And back in 2021, no one had to fucking work. And back in 2021, everyone got free money. So you think that the hobby's bigger now than it was then? No. Pokemon poached a ton of people from sports cards. Thank goodness. There's way more problems in the Pokemon community, or at least covered. People talking about you could find, for every 10 videos for Pokemon scams, you find one for sports cards. So maybe it's more even, but at least in the content space, you see scams and BS in the Pokemon world daily. Why? Because they're all 15, 25-year-old people that are unprofessional. Not all, but a majority that just want thinking about their little come up. How can they survive? How can they keep going? How can they make a buck? And that's from the top. That's the message preached from the top. The Drake May Silver. Let's wake up some more. Currently selling for $1,200. Okay, that's not that bad. That's reasonable. He's playing great. He's so good. He's the next Tom Brady. People won't learn. People won't learn. So now I want to get to the Griffey. Jalen Hurts, been to 2 Super Bowls in his 5-year career. Won a Super Bowl. They beat the Chiefs. Am I wrong? They beat the Chiefs. His team is great. If you had to pick one team to make a deep playoff run again, their defense wins titles, and then their offense is excellent as well. When push comes to shove playoff time, that defense is great. And the NFL draft, they keep drafting some of the best defensive players way after they should have been drafted. They keep getting hand-fed excellent defensive rookies. And I haven't spoiled it yet. The Drake May is selling for $1,200. And the Jalen Hurts is currently $473. People won't learn. I've made videos on it. Shit, Dustin made a video on it recently. I'm almost positive. None of us watched. He's got a good following. Probably not the people in the chat. There's 345. It's a rare silver PSA 10 on the... There's not 4,000 like Wemby. There's 345. And it boggles my mind because I've been following this card for about 8 months since he won the Super Bowl. And for some freaking reason, Jordan Love's silver card has been selling for more the entire 8 months. Everyone is buying off speculation. Everyone is buying off, ooh, if I buy this card, that's going to be the next Brady. That's going to be the next Jordan. You don't know. And then the guy that actually has a resume and is on one of the best teams in the NFL, his card no one cares because there's no, ooh, he could win. Ooh, he could be great. What are you thinking? He's won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 in 5 years, and his team is one of the best teams in the NFL. This is mind-boggling. Well, the flippers can sell the hype of love a little better. Maybe the Drake May flips a little better. I have no idea why this card is so undervalued. And I don't even know if it's undervalued because I don't know what true price is. But if we're comparing it to the market of Jordan Love and Drake May, yes. To me, Jordan Love, if we're using these prices, Jordan Love's a $500 card, then Jalen Hurts should be a $700 card. But it hasn't worked that way for 8 months. Just be careful when you're spending money out there on this stuff. The Griffey has 4,300 in a PSA 10. It reached the all-time high, 4,600 in the past 2 years? All-time high, at least in the past 2 years. It reached that just 2 weeks ago. Bottom to 4,000, currently at 4,277. I have a couple friendly wagers with people what this card price will be in 5 years. Would you take, in the chat, over, under, would you take the Griffey card with 40 years? So many people that don't have a clue, so I don't care what chat says. I'm not wrong. It's 4,200. The peak was 4,600. So the number we used was $4,500. In 5 years, will this be over, under $4,500? In 3 years, will be over $4,500. I'm taking the under every time. You're buying the hype. Look at this is 6 months. This is the 2 years. That's the 2 years. 2 years ago, this was a $1,700 card. Shit. 6 months ago, it was a $2,100 low sale. In June, it was a $2,700. 5 months ago, it went from $2,700 to $4,600. That's not how it works. New people are getting in buying it. Oh, people are consolidating. No, that is not how it works. People want to buy the card. Why? At what point do you see, oh man, this card went up $2,000 in 4 months? It's probably peaked. Why does it keep going up and up and up? Why wouldn't you buy it at a similar comp? This is not natural for this star card, wherever it is, to go from 27,000. The only time we've seen this, there was a huge fall in these prices, and no one was immune. Jordan, Brady, everybody. Nobody was immune. Something weird. I think because it's the only thing that's really changed in this whole process, is somehow these mystery pack buyback program, something with the buyback program for PSA over the past 6 months to a year. Now it's gotten a little more love and popular in the past 4 months. There's something weird being taken advantage of. None of everyone has their stories. They all match. Everyone's saying the same thing. It doesn't. That's not how this works. And Chris said it on Wednesday. The Griffey card, that price is not sustainable because it's not rare. Someone in the comments, genius. Oh, you guys are wrong. Supply and demand. Hello. The supply is the pop count. So something that has a supply of 3 for something, or we use the Jalen Hurts card for something that's 191 for this silver card of Jordan Love, 345 of the silver card. Okay, that's the supply. It's low. The Wemby has 4,000. The Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card has 4,300 PSA 10. And not only that, there's 185,000 of these things graded. It's, if not the most, one of the most graded cards all time. So the supply is huge, you dumbass. Sorry, but come on. Cards don't spike like this. It's not fine. In a year, from November 2023, let's call it $1,800, to November 24, $2,300. So from $1,800 to $2,300 in a year, that's even big. For the card to go up $500 in a year, it's over 20%. That's big. Is it? Hold on. I was not thinking. It was at what price? It's not over 20%. 1,700. Yeah, 170s, 10%, 340s, 20%. That's rare. So then when you take a 4-month spike from 2,700 up to 4,600, almost a 70, 80% spike, that's not how shit works. That's not how cards work. And I don't care what you tell me that people are consolidating, moving into this market. There's new people. It's not even 30% as many people in today as there was during the COVID boom. You could disagree, but it's really the truth. No one had anything to do. People have a life to live now. People got free money. People aren't getting free money. Times are tight. It's not, so no one, I've talked to over 10 people about it, at least. No, and everyone's kind of given me their take, or on an opposite side, or telling me the reason why, because they're justifying their purchases, just the truth. This is not how it works. That's not how most investments work. And you go, oh, I made a ton of money off crypto. All right. Crypto is also a digital currency, not sports cards. This Jordan PSA 8, 10,000, maybe. There's over 9,000 in that pop count. And it hasn't done as crazy of a run, but 4 months in May, it was $8,000. And the most recent sale, over $10,000. Cards don't jump like that. It's more of a steady appreciation. And most things are you should be wary of any investment that's going to pay you 30, 40, 50, 60% on your money. That's not the usual. That's not the norm. That's not how it works, especially not in a 4-month span when the last year and a half everything's been semi-flat. In July, it's a $19,000 card. Most recent sale, $31,000. What I say it was? How much? 20 Angela, 20 grand to 31,000. And there's just so much of it. It's not just these cards. There's tons of these cards doing it right now. It doesn't make sense. The only thing that changed to me in the system has been more people using that PSA buyback program. And maybe something's weird with that. Maybe there's something they don't see. Maybe it's all new. But this is not how it works. Gem rate. Yesterday, PSA holding strong 95,000. Who the hell? Who is half of it's Pokemon? More than half of it's Pokemon. So what do you? Here's a big one for you. Do you see these Pokemon cards that are watered down, overprinted? That these people are going to move on with their life. Do you see them as a long-term good card investment? And don't tell me the Charizard first edition, because that's 20-something years old. 99, 09, 19, 25 years old. None of the new stuff's going to hold. It's all overprinted. 18,000 for CGC, and then there's a huge drop. 2.5 for Beckett, 2.3 for SGC, and about 1,000 for Tag. And you can see his total cards graded, I think, with all the different grading companies, not just PSA, at least how I take it. 275,000 TCG. A heavy portion of that is Pokemon. You have baseball at 62,000, football at 46,000, and basketball at 40,000. And you could see if you add those three sports up, I mean, it's not even, it's maybe half, a little more than half, 60% of what TCG is doing. Yesterday alone, 55,000. In the last 30 days, TCG over 1 million. Baseball, 244,000. Football, 194,000. And basketball, 175,000. Non-sport, 47,000. Golf is not popular. The minor league cards are not popular. Baseball coins are not popular. Packs and tickets are trying. Multi-sport, not very popular. Boxing and wrestling mixed together. That's kind of weird if I'm reading that right. And 12,000 with the mix. You figure wrestling be a little higher. It's not. So when you buy sports cards, you're also tied into what TCG's doing in that entire market. So that's a good thing. And maybe you do. Hey, the stuff's selling like hotcakes. Hey, we can't keep it inventory. Is that how it's going to be forever, or is that what sneakers was 7 years ago? Is it what Funko Pops were 4 years ago, or is it going to last forever? That's the question you have to ask yourself. By the way, we're 1 hour and 17 in. Anyone want to call in, have a little chat, give me your rant, give me your take, bring a story? I think we're about that time of the show. I highlighted there was only 3 Barry Sanders rookie cards, and then this, little Lions rookie card that is not as big. But I don't think I got to the CJ Stroud side, where you look at CJ Stroud and just inserts in Panini Absolute, he has, triple what Barry Sanders has. For you to think this stuff's rare, going to hold it, there's so much, even the high end, there's so much competition of what's the card and what is it. And this scrolls forever. So it's just vast. You cannot compare to any other time in the hobby, because there was 4 Barry Sanders rookie cards, really 3. And as I'm just scrolling and look at all of it. I mean, just this parallel alone. What is this? Panini Mosaic, maybe? Look at this. Insane. So the fact that you think this stuff's going to hold, I mean, this isn't the only numbered to 75 rookie card. There's 100 other ones. This isn't the only, one of one rookie card. There's hundreds of others. All right, we got a caller. Will there be an echo? Who the hell knows? It is our boy Charles. Charles, let's do 2 or 3 minutes. Bring your heat. Bring what you want to say. And then let's keep it moving. But hey, Charles, thanks for calling in. Let's see if there's an echo. How we doing, Charles?
Is there an echo?
I hope not. I don't think there will be, but we'll see. Is there? I think you have to talk more, but I don't think there's an echo. How you doing, Charles?
Oh, just, enjoying the weekend. Enjoying Professor going ham for the first few minutes is pretty awesome. Kind of needed that. It's so fascinating how we can just go from one thing to the other, of pick things that are wrong with this hobby. And it's just which one's the worst at this point?
Yeah, that's that. You're coming in. Hey, I like
So what would you pick?
You're a little more
One
in the
thing
zone
that's
right now. Tell me what you got to say. I feel like you're in a zone. I can read it.
Well, I just want to know, like, what do you think is like the worst thing that's going on right now of all the things you've mentioned here? Because you've mentioned about 3 or 4 of them. I want to know what's the one that's like I could do without it forever. Fuck changing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, the journalist in me, it's very obvious, Charles. And I you know, I'm making friends in the hobby. I'm, you know, talking with a lot of these guys. So it's hard to say sometimes, but the obvious worst thing is that the people that are creating content, the people that are driving the media drives a narrative. And so you look at Fanatics, it's not just the content guys. If you go to Fanatics social media, it's disgusting what they're doing. It's their business, and it's like as if the Lotto had a social media page and they kept posting, oh, then maybe they do, and they shill it, and boom, look at this guy do this, and look what this kid and this son and father hit the Lotto, and this, and it's so they're setting a narrative, they're driving a narrative to the general public, and most 90%, if not more, of stuff of people creating content on YouTube, they have high-end cards, so they're somewhat invested in it. They're invested in it doing well. They want their channel to stay relevant. They want cards to go to the moon. They want cards to stay around forever. They have a card shop. They're breaking. They're doing things. So that is all your news, everything you get, whether they call it things out or not, like Gio says, it's all created with the narrative of a little bit bias because they're all invested in it. And that sucks that I have to, but that is what drives almost all. Tops and Fanatics are not stupid. They saw this right away. They didn't do big marketing. They didn't do a big campaign. They're using the guys with platforms already that talk about cards, that have an audience. And that's their plan for marketing. I mean, it's really what they're planning. And then they saw social media, and they've started to add to their own social media. So this was their plan, to use whether they told them or not, and maybe they did. Fanatics' plan completely is to use these guys as their marketing tool.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And that's the thing too. Everyone's got an agenda, whether it's money, whether it's pushing their company or pushing whatever they're doing. No one just comes out and just says what's wrong or how we can make things better. It's like, how can I make more money for myself? How can I do this and do that? And then they disguise it as, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing everything right with the hobby. I'm doing everything. I'm trying to do my best. And it's like, no, you're not. You're just trying to make money. Just come out with it and say it. That's why I like Gio so much. At least he just says, I'm making money doing it. He's not trying to
he is part of the ecosystem of, hey, I have a network and I also do cards. However, I also think Gio is this is just me. If there had to be one, Gio's a better voice for that than some others. He's at least more, I still think it's not the best way to consume news when they're tied to the business, but yeah, Gio's a little more critical. And now he's been watching for 2 months. I've seen him really turning on a little more heat.
Right. I think you've inspired him to do that too, to be honest with you.
Hey, now let's make all card content. My goal, let's all make it better. Let's inspire for better. That's what's good for the hobby.
Call out the bullshit when you see it, like Arena Club. Like I did a video for my first one ever about Arena Club.
Hold on, I'm glad you made a video. We have nailed Arena Club. We have not even nailed. I don't mean that. I just think the viewers are overhearing about Arena Club. So say a piece here, but go in your first video. Go ahead.
But the point is, it is personal to me because I'm in Collectors MD, and that was one of the big topics this week in our discussion. Was their predatory emails. It's one thing when they say, hey, get in and get the grail. It's another when they're saying, hey, man, we miss you. Come back. Here's 25% off. What kind of predatory bullshit is that? Like, are you that desperate for people to come back and just rip your cards? I wasn't even spending that much. I might have bought a $25, maybe in a $50 one on occasion. I never spent like the $500 ones like Pac-Man does. So I never even understood why I was even targeted. But yeah, and thank you, Gio. The marketing emails are just atrocious. They're disguised as, hey, man, I'll get in trouble if I send this, but here's a 25%. Who are you fooling? Like, who are you trying to fool sending that shit to people? You know what I mean?
It's just, it's not a good look. Most people see that and they're like, oh, this is, and also, it's another point I make. We don't know what their real business is. I know they're selling it to people as if it's either, as if it's a big, huge business, but those kind of emails scream desperate.
It's what I'm saying. Are you that desperate to make money to where you're sending them to people? I was not even that much of a whale. I mean, I was spending a little bit, nowhere near what like a Pac-Man or someone else would spend. I never understood that. I thought when I searched for him, I wouldn't even find an email like that because I wasn't anybody. But I went down. I'm like, huh? Not only that, I got a discount code with it. That's fucked up to me. But anyway, that is what it is. And then you have the people in the hobby opening up the new cards, the new baseball cards, and Orlando touched on this too, how overprinted everything is. And then you're seeing these people get hits out of these cards all of a sudden, like Topps Chrome Baseball or just Topps Update Baseball. And I looked already on X and I saw the print run of these and I saw the percentage of them. And I'm like, yeah, you're not fooling anybody. There's too many out there being printed. It's overprinted, overran.
Every set, every year. So the long-term thing of this is I asked Beckett, didn't say anything, agreed with anything. I said, now fucking Beckett, hold on real quick, side note. I interviewed Beckett a month ago before any of this happened, and he asked me for the audio for his podcast. Now, okay, this is Dr. Beckett. So, okay, use the audio. As if nothing happened in the past 2 weeks. He's just, he labels it as outtakes. I didn't edit a minute of that video, so it definitely wasn't outtakes. That's just the same stuff. I don't know why he has to label it as outtakes, but it's just odd that like coming off bidding and shilling, here he is still just releasing my take or my video with him. So, or my audio. So it's kind of funny and random, but I don't know how I went down that tangent, Charles. Get us back to reality here.
Well, Dr. Beckett is one of the people we thought was a stabilizer in the hobby. And it turns out he's just as bad as everybody else. And that's a sobering reality for people like me, for example, who follow this constantly. Like when I was a kid, when I collected, I used Beckett to price out my cards when I was trading cards back and forth. And to find out that he's just like going along with
out of curiosity, what were we talking about though? I kind of went off on it. I'm sorry. I went off.
Arena Club and the overprinting of cards and
overprinting. Yeah, it's the overprinting, man. It's just they're shooting themselves in the foot.
It's the same thing that happened in the junk wax era. Same thing.
It's a little different in the junk wax era because there was no big chases. There was no, this card's going to be the card. There was some chases for $4 or $5, $15, $50. Nothing for $50,000, nothing for $200,000. It's insane. And it's not rare. As much as you think that's going to be the one that holds forever, this is the right player that'll be Mickey Mantle. You're just probably wrong.
Yeah. Even the precious metal gems were just $50 back then.
That's right.
But back
even up until 2017 or 18, those weren't crazy price cards. Someone sent me a theory that they were heavily pushed to the Asian market at a huge pump up, and that's where they went skyrocket. But no, absolutely.
Yeah. And then finding out how Dr. Beckett priced all this stuff out with Beckett, they went to card shows. They went to these places and they saw how much they were going for and how much people were buying them for and averaging them out. And that's how they were pricing their cards. That was the old school ways of doing things. Now it's what's the last three of comps. Comps or whatever. And then
Charles, anything else you want to throw out or topic, or I want to keep moving on. But anything else you want to throw out or have a say in?
Well, I mean, there's so much to talk about.
By the way, I want to ask you a question. Because I just went. You saw I got a little emotional in the beginning, so I kind of don't know what the hell happened the last hour. So you said I touched on a few things. There were all issues in the hobby. So, okay, for shill bidding, okay. The last one I talked about was like the media and content angle. What else did I happen to mention that got you?
The inflation of the accusation or the insinuation that you're buying views, because that's like the biggest thing with everybody. Like, we know damn good and well Jeff Wilson's not organic in terms of his subscriptions and viewership and stuff. The same goes with
we don't know, but we think.
I mean, you look at the numbers, and you went over the numbers in like one of your lives too, showing like it just doesn't add up. And like Collector's Dream
especially when you look at subscriber views to how many people go in the lives.
Right.
That's a big discrepancy.
It just does not add up. It doesn't add up. And then maybe, SCI, maybe Jeff's carrying over some stuff from the pandemic when he went through the roof, because he got in 2019 and he was making just crazy.
He's also I think you mentioned this, Charles, because his channel has the subscriber count and the view count. When someone new gets in the hobby, they don't know any better. That's the big channel. That's the channel I should listen to. So right. I also think he picks up a lot of the new people because the way his channel's presented.
Right. And he's probably got subscribers that probably hit the subscribe button and never see him again because they either know better or they just don't care anymore. Because people's attention spans are shorter than they ever have been. So, keep on doing what you're doing. You're not buying any views or any of that.
Oh, of course. I know what I'm doing. Hey, Charles, for calling in. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon. What a show. What a show. Anyone else? Let's take another. Frank, where the hell you at? Intern Frank is even in the chat. Haven't seen him. Chat's so hard to keep up with. Jimmy81, you won the... Email me. Reach out to me. This is yours. Gio sent... I actually arrived in the mail today. Gio was just going to send it to you, but I never reached out. So I have the... I just got them today. I'll send them out. The winner gets this. But yeah, reach out to me, Jimmy. Spike, we'll do 2 minutes. Let's get you in for 2 minutes, Spike, and then we'll keep it moving. Let's throw Spike up. How you doing, Spike?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. What made you call in?
I have a little theory of my own about you're talking about the Griffey upper deck going up.
All right, let's hear it.
Other of the Grail cards that keep going up. Over the last 4 years, we've kind of been like, well, these cards don't matter. This player's going. We've kind of narrowed the hobby down to just the narrow amount of cards. And so you're saying about this Griffey here spiking, it's more of a gradual. It took more of a gradual.
I'm going to interrupt because I've had this conversation. I've heard this argument. I don't buy it. I think it's ridiculous. I think that people just want to buy into it, think it's the way it's, dude, Spike. I mean this with my whole heart. And Chris said it as well. And I think we're both pretty, even keel and informed about the hobby. It's not rare. The reason the vintage stuff, the reason things hold value is because they're rare. There's 4 of them. So when they hit the market, there's people out there that never see this card. And so that's why someone would pay extra money to have it because it's never coming on the market. When there's a card with 4,300 of them out there, there's many on it. The 4-month spike, the consolidation, the people are going into these. Okay. Also, all the content, all the people, well, that's what the hype is right now. Buy into Jordan, buy into Griffey, buy into the legends. And when that hyper moment fades,
just the goats.
The prices, I know, but it's the goats that are rare. His card that's going to hold value long term because he has competition is the Tiffany card or the glossy card because there's barely any of them. You can't just say, I'm going to buy the goats, and just because they're not rare, they're still going to make a lot of money. Rare, the supply does matter. And so if the supply is 17 of them, I'm all for it. Now, you're not gonna be able to afford it. The reason people think, we go buy, some people can afford it. If there's 7 or 17, it's a $40,000, $100,000 card and people can't jump in. So people are excited with it, but there's too many. It's not rare. You can always buy one. That's the point. When the cards that are really rare, you can't always buy one. And so the cards with 235 or 462, that's already a number that you could find these on, if you want to buy one, you go on eBay, you buy it. So I'm sorry I don't let you speak on it, but I've literally had 2-hour conversations on your argument here. And many people think what you're saying. And I'm going to say that many people are just being sheep right now and following a herd, and they're not using their brain. That's what they're blinded by the content, the FOMO, the hype. Sorry, Spike. I totally let you talk.
That's fine. I understand. I do believe in this because I've heard the guys say it on their channels before where they're consolidating. I'm getting rid of and I'm just going to focus on this narrow amount of goats.
It doesn't mean a card with 4,300 of them almost double in 4 months. Even if people are consolidating, at what point would they say, this was a $2,000 card, now it's $2,400. Maybe I'll be careful. Maybe I'm not going to keep popping. At what point at $4,600 do you say, hey, this was a $2,000 card 4 months ago. Maybe we're getting a little high on it. No, people are following each other. People are buying into everyone buying it. And when that stops, that card price is going to fall. I mean,
I agree that it's probably going to come down, but I understand why it's at where it's now, because this is one of the ones that people just keep talking about. And it's, his best rookie, so everyone got to have a copy of it. It's got to be a PSA 10.
Well, they're all idiots then.
How many of these prices climbing over the last several months are auctions where dudes are just like outbidding each other to get it? Now, I understand that could be some chilling and that would be logical, but I just feel like because we've narrowed down the hobby to just these few cards that matter,
No,
those
it's
are the
not.
ones people are
It's fine. I'm
people
gonna,
going
thank you.
after.
I'm gonna keep going on. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for being a supporter. Thank you for following. I'm gonna keep that
Yeah, no
going.
doubt.
What's up?
No doubt. Thank you.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I lost his last thing, and it was so prevalent to it. This is not how it goes. Oh, he said, oh, it's a select few cards. Bro, I could bring you 150 cards that have all spiked up, and we could probably get into the thousands over the past 4 months. It's not a select few cards. It's not. It's many cards that people are banking on. Oh, this is it. The manga card, a Black Prism. What else have people sent me recently that have just ridiculously skyrocketed? There's way too many cards right now that people are thinking, oh, the 2022 Curry card we looked at. Some random 22 selling for a ridiculous price. Oh, that's going to be the one. Curry's the guy. He has a million other things. I like his rookie class. I like his rookie. You didn't have a lot printed, but, you know, a lot of people feel the way Spike does. And that's just the big red flag to me. Good luck when that thought goes away. Can we get another caller? Hour 35 minutes in. Can we get another caller? I dare Frank to call in. Frank might have went to bed. Frank hit the bottle too hard. Hey now, speak of the devil. Hold up, Frank. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Frank, what made... Oh, by the way, you told me you went to a card show. Cool. I kind of want to talk about your experience, but why'd you call in?
Great show tonight. Just showing support. And we talked about some other stuff, and I'm surprised you're not getting in on this. I know, the narrative has been the male, but like we talked about the smaller communities within the
Frank's
hobby.
push
And
this. Frank, go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't talk about it for a reason. Go ahead. I want to hear what you got to say.
Okay, never mind. Then.
No, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Cards are getting stolen. Cards are getting stolen. But I just also hope you know this is nothing new. Cards have been getting stolen forever.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay. I thought I was a couple weeks ahead of it. I'm just like running victory lap. You shit on me for talking about this a couple weeks ago, and now it's in like the mainstream. So I'm sorry. Dan the Card Man live tonight was really, really good. Lots of love for you. But I was really excited about you advancing the narrative as it relates to women and females and card content. And like I hope we keep on with that theme. So tonight, you and I had talked about this. I watched the documentary The Hobby, and I'm getting more and more engrossed. I'm new to
I just added
entirety.
Beyond Proof, who's a longtime viewer, longtime
Yeah.
watcher. I just wanted to add
Well,
Beyond Proof. But keep going.
I like
You're giving a shout out to that bullshit, Frank? I don't know. Those are for the other channels. I'm sorry, I'm going to get a little upset. You already know this from the conversation we had. I don't want to talk. No, let them show their hype of the hobby. That's not what this is. They're going to do that. They're going to do their little hype of the hobby, and I don't want to do that.
Everybody comes into it all, though. That's just my take on it all. And where's the new guy? Come on, what's
Beyond? Welcome, bro. Long-time viewer.
I love the new viewpoints.
Yo, what's up, man?
What made you call in?
I didn't know if I haven't been here in a few months. I've been busy and stuff. Gosh, and I've been sick.
You have a good mic. You sound good.
Yeah. Do you guys do you look up cards or I have a Griffey question about a Griffey I have.
Yeah, I'd love to look up a card for you. Is that what you mean by that, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know if you your thoughts on the future of it.
What card?
It is a
Unfortunately, I think if I share the screen again, we're gonna get an echo. I have a feeling, so I'm not
no
gonna share
echo
the
at
screen.
all tonight. Chill, dog. Just go with it, man.
No, I'm pretty sure, based off my research, once I share it again, there's gonna be an echo.
It's a 1989 Star Griffey whiteback number 10.
Oh, hey now.
It's a pretty
okay.
cheap. I mean, it's not.
How, do you know the pop count? That would be my first thought.
It's like it's under 200, but it's like a team set kind of card, you know, or not really, but I don't know.
What was the brand again?
Star.
Oh yeah, so the star cards. So the star cards in basketball I love. You said 1989 Star Griffey.
Right, number 10. Yep.
In a PSA 10 or no?
Right. Yep.
See what I can find. For that price, what price are you talking about?
What do you mean? What did I get it for?
Oh, that's number 7. That's number 9. I'm having trouble finding number 10. Well, I think the price for a 10 is very reasonable. The problem is there's so many of them. There's a lot. I'm looking at a lot of different variations. So why number 10?
It's usually the highest one that I've seen, if you can find it. There was only one sale. It was a few months ago. And it's a white back. I didn't even know if you've ever even seen it or anything like that.
I'll do Beyond Proof. Let me do more research. I'll talk about it next show. But I see the number 7, the number 9, the number 2. I'm just having, there's only one sale, so it'll take me a while. But yeah, I'll do some research. I'll definitely talk about. I like the Star NBA cards, but
I love that blue on them, man. They're clean.
The team sets are a lot because I have one with like Bird, and there's 10 or 20 birds in this one set. So that, there's too many of them. I know the sealed. I like buying the sealed ones. I don't know how it worked for them, but for Star and NBA, they come in a plastic unopened pack if you could still find it. And I have a Bird pack of that. I have a Kareem pack of that. Star was not as, I assume it's the same company. It was not as big in baseball.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But yeah, I was just curious on your thoughts.
Hey, Beyond, it was really nice talking with you. I know you've been commenting for a long time. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you sending the card through, bro, for trivia. That was good, man.
Oh, sweet. I'm glad you got it. And
Yeah,
I'll look that card up and I'll talk about it Tuesday.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate everything you do, man. Peace.
Hey, have a great night. Good call. That's how it's done.
Yes.
Frank knows that's how it's done. He came in, he sounded great, even though we didn't get a video. He sounded excellent. And he just asked a question, gave a take, and we move on. Great call, Beyond Proof. Frank, keep going.
It's community and YouTube, man.
By the way, there's an unknown.
That's why the live is so good.
Uncle Darnell might be here. There's an unknown who I'm obviously not going to let on. His face is not on. I'm not doing Uncle Darnell again. Frank, it's Friday night.
I just got
How many
paid.
drinks in are we?
Just a couple, because I knew I was coming on tonight. So I'm trying to keep, my credibility a little alive, But as to like the introduction to the whole hobby, I know I'm the new guy, and I love that about it all, and our back and forth there. But like, there's so many great people on this live, and this live is bigger than just talking about sports cards. We talked about this theme of togetherness, and I really just enjoy immensely just how we can just come together and kind of share on everything. Now tonight, my man,
I want to before you move on too much, I want to speak on that, but go ahead. Yeah. Tonight, okay, you remember your thought. Let me get my thought real quick. I mean, I wouldn't come on here for 6 hours a week, 2 hours after I work.
That's right,
because it is awesome. We have built a fun, or built, I don't even know. The community is fun. That is what and that's how I get some of the intel I get is I'm not trying to have an ego or say anything, but I have 5, 4, 6 people a day. Did you see this? And it's not the same people. It's right. So I'm very lucky in that sense. And it's also fun to get to talk to people and to get to know people. So yeah, I agree. That part has been great. Now you were going to say something about earlier in the show, and I kind of wanted to hear.
You were just so fire. It was so good. I just, whatever process you have when you're getting on, there's something about a Friday that gets you so worked up. I just enjoyed it immensely. But on top of it all, and I know everybody on the chat knows I have a great affinity for you.
You make it so wordy.
I know, but it's with that being said, when we listen to all the shows and we go through all the content and all the talking points, to come here, there was at least 3 great points as it relates to your opening salvo, and just keep it new. Like just move
Frank,
off.
tell us,
of-
give us 1 minute. You set up at a card show this weekend. Give
I
us
did.
one. I'm gonna let you go.
I
Give us
did.
1 minute on the experience. I think it was your second time.
That's correct. That's correct. At a local minor league park, it was somewhat of a fundraiser. You have to realize I only sell Philadelphia Eagles cards. I had a great time. As soon as the kids knew you would buy cards, they like lined up. I didn't like kick 13-year-olds away from my table like Gio does. But it's just a great experience. It's on top of just what I was trying to talk about right here. It's really fun.
And you
to
take
share the
any
hobby
chance you get to
with
dig at Gio, huh?
Yeah, suck him. He can suck it. I mean, seriously. But at the same time, um, I'm taken aback as to the whole thing. I understand what you're saying. We're all being sold a bigger, more elaborate kind of like, financial kind of relative nature of this whole situation, too wordy. But at the same time, it's so fun to share this with people, and that's why the hobby is so great, and that's why this live is so great. So this was fantastic. Friday nights are always great.
Frank, have a great weekend. Thanks for calling in.
Suck it, Gio.
Hey now, poor Gio. He loves you, Gio. You know that, right? He loves you. We did hour 45. Felt like 5 minutes. That's how I always know. In my mind, that's where I'm like, all right, time's relative. If this was garbage show, if it felt like it was dragging for me, I mean, time would feel forever. So the fact that this hour 45 minutes feels like 5-10 minutes is a very good time. I'm gonna share the screen one more time. I have some little teases I wanted to get to. I'd assume there's no echo. You could tell me in the chat. Let's hope there's no echo. Nobody else is here. But I wanted to I have a finish. No echo, right? We got no echo. Let's finish this. It was probably in the early live section of my career. This was by far the biggest week. We had 280 Tuesday. We had 190 Wednesday. Tonight, I think I got up to 135 on a Friday night. Over 100 in here all night. Hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah. What?
All right. Baseball card collector, investor, dealer. So he told me, perfect. I'll plan to join now and then on Wednesdays. Obviously, when he's free, he's got time, and he'll give me a heads up as when. And if I'm watching live, he'll feel the need to jump in as well. So hopefully, Chris hops on once or twice a month on a Wednesday, and that'd be great. I love talking to Chris. And you got this. If you don't understand this, let me just throw why I've always respected Chris a bunch, and meeting him and talking with him, becoming friendly and having a friendship with him. It's it's everything I thought the guy was. So baseball card collector, investor, dealer. He grew to be one of the biggest sports card channels back during COVID. He was big as all the rest, he was up there. He was respected and da-da-da. And what I love about the content is he's never used the platform to pump up cards, pump up the industry, to sell to really push where he's selling cars, have you join things, doing givvies. He's never made the hobby look sensationalized. And the point is, he very easily could have. Everybody else did, and he didn't. And so I really respect it. He has 70-something thousand subscribers. And at the peak during the 2021, 2020, he easily could have went this route. So for me, I do have mad respect for him. I do think he's very knowledgeable. I think he's been in the game since 2013 as a dealer. And during the whole COVID thing, he easily could have went with the crowd, and he didn't. I also want to thank this week's guest. Jeremy Lee was a random call on Tuesday that helped. That was a great show, and him capping it off just was the perfect finish. Chris Sewell, AIH, I'm hoping to bring in weekly or bi-weekly. Rhonda, Hardcore, anybody else who called in tonight. My mind is now fried. Spike, Collector Charles, Frank. This is the masterpiece. Well, sometimes after I make a good video, that's how I feel. But I haven't made a masterpiece in a while because I'm going live and been working. So Mondays, I want to get back to normal. I want to throw out a well-edited, a well-put-together piece. Saturday will still be the hobby pulse check. And then I'll go live, of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. And the plan is to clip one or two, promote the live that way, but not every day. I had a feeling I was hesitant to do it. It waters down. It's too much. But one or two to help promote the live, to help show what's going on. A lot of people don't watch the full thing or watch because it's a long live, 2 hours. But that's the plan. 2 videos. Monday, my big edited piece, get back to normal, back to the old, the videos that were popping off. And Saturday, the hobby pulse check. Eventually, if that stays, I keep growing it. That video is going to be doing very well. So the next week, is the Echo gone? It was gone tonight for the first time. It might come back. Will the Griffey go up or down? I bought a card, should come in the mail. Bargain Boxer's okay. He was here. That mystery is solved. Bargain Boxer, shout out to the guy Bargain Boxer, and thank you for being here. Dan's Vintage Baseball Cards. He's the lawyer that was on Carlos's channel. He's going to come on next week, I believe on Wednesday, and of course much more. Thank you to everyone. Thank you guys all. It was really a best week of the live so far. A lot of content, a lot of stuff. Next week will not be this week. It's just not going to be that way, but I promise you I'll do my best to bring you a good show. Ladies, gentlemen, thank you for being here all night for a Friday night, 2 hours. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, screw all of you, No, I'm completely kidding. We're just being too lovely, too nice. Have a great night. Have a good weekend. See you guys Tuesday. Bye.